People oftentimes get a tattoo to express their personality or their passions. But for one man on death row in Singapore, a cellmate's tattoo in honor of his pet saved his life and led to his freedom. Vice.com reports that in September 2015, a man named Raj Kumar Ayachami received a red plastic bag containing almost 2 kilograms of cannabis. Police were watching the drug deal take place, and Raj was arrested. He maintained his innocence, claiming that he had ordered a kind of tobacco called butterfly, known to only mimic the effects of cannabis, but instead ended up with a bag of real weed. The trial judge did not buy his testimony, and Raj was handed the death sentence in 2020. However, a fellow inmate named Mark Tamilarasan corroborated Raj's testimony after the two met while sharing prison yard time together each day for a month in 2017, before becoming cellmates in 2018. During one conversation in the yard, which Raj told Mark about his arrest, Mark said that he was in the same location on the same day to collect cannabis, but got a bag of butterfly by accident. The court heard that the reason Mark remembered September 21, 2015 so vividly, which was the date of the alleged mix-up, was because his pet hamster Patrick had died that evening. He said that he was quite close to his pet and had tattooed the words RIP 21/9/15 Pat on his left middle finger a few days after the rodent's death. In 2020, the prosecution argued that the two men's meeting in prison, along with Mark's tattoo, was too incredible to be true. The court agreed with the prosecution that the two inmates had more than ample opportunity to collude and manufacture the story that Mark spun in court. But this ruling was overturned when Singapore's Chief Justice Sundaresh Menon said that Mark's evidence should not have been rejected, saying there's an immense difference between having the opportunity to do something and actually doing that thing. He said that Mark had much to lose and seemingly nothing to gain in doing this if it was all false. Ramesh Tiwari, Raj's lawyer, told Vice that Mark's testimony was a lucky break, adding that the case highlights the importance of affording defendants a fair legal process when it comes to punishments as grave and irreversible as the death penalty. Said Kirsten Hahn, a member of the Transformative Justice Collective, which is an organization spearheading the movement to abolish the death penalty in Singapore, it was already quite a fluke for Raj and Mark to have met, spoken, and realized that they were both at the same place on the same day. She added, "It's really scary thinking about how things could have gone very differently if Raj hadn't had Mark's testimony." Mark's fate remains uncertain after his testimony, in which he told the court that he was supposed to collect the cannabis on behalf of another acquaintance. It's also unclear what the penalties are surrounding the trade of butterfly, or whether Raj will face fresh charges for trafficking illicit tobacco products. Question, is this what they mean when they say the butterfly effect?
Animal lovers will do anything for their pet, but I'm not sure that eternal preservation is on everybody's list. Lad Bible reports that a 28-year-old woman named Harriet Peace was devastated when her cat Tango was hit and killed by a car. She decided she didn't want to go down the conventional grieving route by burying or cremating him, and instead, she spent £4,000, or about $4,800 USD, to have her late feline friend stuffed instead. When someone mentioned taxidermy, it sounded like the perfect way for him to be with me forever, she said. Despite her partner at the time being horrified by the idea, she committed to it and quickly put the cat's body in the freezer to prepare him for the procedure. Tango had to travel to London to visit a specialist called Get Stuffed. To preserve the cat properly, several oils and chemicals had to be used, and the whole process took 7 months to be completed. Harriet noted how nervous she was when she dropped Tango off, because she worried he would look different. But when she picked him up, she knew it was all worth it. She said Tango looked exactly like he used to when alive, and that she is so happy to have him here to remember him. She added, "If you had the chance to have your pet preserved how it was before for the rest of your life, wouldn't you do it?" It's not uncommon to hear stories about pet owners who spoil their beloved animals, but Lad Bible reports that a woman out of England named Lizzie Pallister is taking it to another level. She says that when she welcomed her 5-month-old French Bulldog Henry into her home, and she immediately realized he was a diva. At first, he refused to climb the stairs or sleep alone. But then, Lizzie says Henry started turning down tap water after seeing her 2-year-old daughter drink from a bottle. And so now she is forking out a small fortune on bottled water for her spoiled little canine. Each morning when I put the tap water down on the floor, he nudges it, then sits looking at me like, "Nice try, where's my bottled water?" Lizzie said. She added, "I've tried putting tap water in bottles, and he knows. He wants me to open the bottle in front of him, as if he's saying, I'm not a fool." She estimates that she now spends about 40 pounds, or $48 USD, each month on bottled water for the dog. Lizzie believes that she has herself to blame, since Henry saw how much she spoils her daughter. "Because he sees my daughter getting so spoiled, he wants to be spoiled too," she said. Well, at least it's only bottled water and not Wagyu beef. At least for now.
If you want to see all our videos about real news stories that are funny, stupid, or weird, click the subscribe button below. I mean, hey, my cat's gotta eat.